And I also believe that food is information. Like I said, it tells my body what to do. I don't need to mess in the middle. It's got it covered. When I give my body mostly these foods that are the ones with the information that creates healing and direction towards the body I want, I am safe, I am gold, okay? I don't need to worry. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So I'm coming to you before I work out, so I have not gotten ready for the day or anything, but I just need to make some videos about this very important stuff that is actually going to teach you the truth about how you create health. Okay, so it's really interesting because I think we all go through an evolution of learning in life, and where what I know started with just, eat more vegetables and work out a lot, has transitioned into using food as a tool to actually give the body what it needs to heal itself. And now going all the way into reality creation, using your mind, because that's really what it's always been. We need to understand what role food plays for us. And it's important because food is going to do whatever you decide that it does. And in my reality, I see food as a tool, like I just said, that gives my body access to nutrients and information that it needs so that my body can self-correct anything that could be off internally. And that is a very powerful belief, right? The only thing that it then requires of me is to choose those foods that I have deemed as powerful, as healing, as the ones that carry the right information and properties, so that my body gets them, right? So if I have set up a story for myself and my body where my body is my body does everything. Okay, my body knows what to do. My body heals itself. What it needs is activated alive food, so lots and lots of raw fruits and vegetables, right? And I keep away toxins, I keep away those no-list foods, and that's enough for me to assume I'm good, right? My body's got it. How could it not, Basically, though, what I'm telling you is you have already created your own set of rules and conditions around food, your health, and your body. And in order to achieve the health and the body that you want, and the relationship with food that you want, all of these things have to be looked at separately and as a total so that you can truly have it the way that you want it. So I'm never going to be a person that's like, just eat whatever you want and it doesn't matter. Because to me, health comes from truth, and health comes from true God-grown, nature-made foods. So I don't think that chips in a package on a shelf in a store are actually food. I mean, I buy Siete chips for Dash because, they're real ingredients. It's just like man has had to manipulate things. And often a lot of packaged and processed foods, man has fucking manipulated them to the T. And they aren't food, okay? If you looked at it from like a black and white perspective, what is food? From nature, it's alive, it's real, it has good life-giving properties versus fake cheese or powdered cheese on a crisp white flour gluten-containing substance that's crisped up in an oven. That's not real, okay? And it's not going to feed into our highest potentials. So I started to see food more as what gives me true life, what feeds my soul, right? Because the body is an expression of your soul. And if you want to live the best life, you have to give yourself the highest expression of what you see as real to feed your soul. And so there are people who have achieved health and healing and weight loss by deeming food to be a non-issue, like deeming food to be, what do they call it? Neutral, like all foods are neutral. I don't see all foods as neutral. I see real foods as real and fake foods as fake. And so I just have no interest, no desire to consume fake foods because I believe they taste bad, they give me nothing, they're not valuable, they make me feel sick, and blah, 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 blah. But this conversation could easily go into another training about cravings, because do you see what I just expressed was that I have zero cravings for junk food. And the reason for that is because I deem food with such a high regard, and I hold health in such a high regard, that those beliefs together are going to create a natural inherent motivation or inspiration or movement within me to just choose those foods. So it's not hard. I don't have to force myself because I already have the core beliefs in place that would allow that to be a natural behavior. And so when we're talking about health, we really want to set it up so that you are naturally inclined to move in a direction that's going to give you health. But that does mean that we have to look at, what do you believe is required to be healthy, and what do you believe about food, and what foods do you believe are the powerful foods, and what do you want to be eating, because all of this is a factor for you, and you are different than every other human that there is. And so if you choose to believe that food doesn't matter, but you can still look good, feel good, be skinny, have perfect health, then good for you, do it. But I don't operate under that paradigm. I operate under the paradigm that food literally is very significant and it matters, but not to the extent that we have to be very picky and complicated about it. We just generally choose real food, and that is enough for the body to do everything that it needs to do. Okay, does that make sense? So I've chosen into this belief set because I like it. It makes sense to me. It lets me be healthy. It lets me feel good. And I get to eat what I want. And I feel unlimited, unrestricted. And so there's no rub there. So we want that for you too. But in this video, I just wanted to talk to you a little bit more about how food is doing whatever you say that it does to this point in your life. Now you can change it. Like, you can change anything. And so where I formerly only saw food as like calories and like a certain amount of energy in terms of like caloric density, that was only helpful for weight loss. Excuse me. That was only helpful for weight loss, right? Because if food is just a number on a package, or even if there's no package, like an apple is what, 80, 90, 100 calories. If that's all that it is, then how is that medicine for me? How is that medicine for my physical body, for my physical cells, for my tissues and organs, my liver, my gut? How does that help me if it's just a calorie? So it's, to me, very beneficial and empowering to see food as a tool that carries information, that carries nutrition, that carries access to healing properties for all the different parts of me, even though I don't need to specifically know what it's doing all the time. And so I moved into more of a food helps my body heal, food is healing, food is medicine mentality as I went through fertility stuff, as I've continued to go through different things with my body. And I like it that way, right? I see food, I say this all the time, as information. And so I want to explain what I mean by that. It's information, meaning food is a tool that we use to carry us to a higher version of ourselves. Again, this is my perspective. You can have your own, but this was more learned from like human design, higher potentials. When you know that you're a soul in a body, or a soul expressing through a body, and that you're here to grow, you're here to learn, you kind of start to see yourself in a different light, and you want to really love on yourself, and you really want to take care of yourself versus like beat yourself up about a bunch of shit all the time, right? And so if you have a dream, if you have dreams for your life, dreams for your family, dreams for your body, yourself, your career, anything, how do you get there? It's by growth. It's by learning. It's by becoming new, becoming more, becoming a higher elevated version of yourself day after day after day. And in order to do that, I see food as part of the practice, because I want to inform my brain. And so from a human design perspective, we see food as information that's feeding your brain. And the brain, therefore, is dictating the direction of the responses and the chemistry of the body. So we talk about a passive brain and active brain. That one little arrow at the top of your chart, depending on which way it's facing, that will tell you if you have an active or a passive brain. And just basically, generally, it will teach, do you need more food or less food? Basically, if we translate that to information, do you need more information to run this system that is your human body by design, or do you need less than other people who need basically more? And that can sound like, what does that even mean? But it's just one way that we can break down a man-made rule that says, well, if you don't eat 3 meals a day, you're wrong. Or if you do eat 3 meals a day, you're wrong. Or if you graze, you're right. Or if you graze, you're wrong. Or if you're fasting, you're right. Or if you're fasting, you're wrong. This is where we have to decondition. And we can do that based on our design, but ultimately it still comes under an umbrella of knowing that food is what we say that it is, and it will be an act and expressed through us the way that we are expecting it to. And so I just wanted to share some of my own beliefs around food itself, its role and what it does, so that that can be a sense of freedom for you versus complication or overanalysis or restriction of any kind, right? And so I keep talking about this video because I think it's really powerful, how I simplified health. And you guys, I make health so simple. And I deleted my TikTok a few weeks ago, and I don't know if I'm gonna make a new one in like a different specific area or what yet, but I made a short TikTok that was like, it was about your like hormones being imbalanced and how that it doesn't matter. And somebody like totally got upset with me in the comments and was like, yes, it does. Like, don't be ignorant or something like that. But from an understanding of how creation works and how the body works and how like food works for you, it doesn't matter in the sense that your focus matters. What matters is your focus. What matters is the specificity of your focus. So if you are already under a lack health condition and you don't feel good and you want to be healed, you want to be better, and let's just say part of that is an imbalance of hormones, then it does you no good knowing that your focus and your mind, like being aware of something as a dominant story in your life, is going to create more of it to be like locked in, focused on, I have a hormone problem. My hormones are messed up. My hormones are imbalanced. It doesn't make sense because all you're going to do is keep bringing more of that forward. And so I'm not saying like it doesn't matter, just go do anything, it doesn't matter. What I'm saying is it matters that you don't focus on that in that way. It matters that you can have a general belief system that would take you out of it, okay? And so sometimes when we already feel bad in our bodies, lack of health, let's say it's hormone imbalance for women, like thyroid, adrenals, fertility, anything, it doesn't help you to focus on them unless you have a grounded knowledge of how the body works. But I'm guessing you don't, because that showed up, okay? So I want to give you some of these core beliefs because they eradicate a lot of health conditions, okay? So like I said, let's talk about food. Food gives my body everything it needs. Real food, mostly plants. I'm not trying to be vague. I'm literally talking about eating almost all fruits and vegetables. Literally almost all fruits and vegetables. If I were to describe a typical day of what I eat, I'll do a video for you. It's like almost all fruits and vegetables. And that's the way I want it. That's the way I like it. I love it, and it works for me. So why would I do that? Why do I want to remember that right now in this situation? Well, it's because I also have a knowing of the body and the body's innate systems. So hormones are going to come down to several different things. It's going to come down to the hormones being produced, which predominantly your sex hormones are created in your adrenal glands. So it comes down to adrenal health. That comes down to how does the adrenals work? How do they get overworked? How do they get out of balance? How do we bring them back to balance? Okay, so that's just all of that under one little realm. Then we've got old hormones. Sometimes the body's not eliminating old hormones because hormones are not here forever. They're like a signal and then they're done. And then we're supposed to eliminate them, but because the body is often very toxic and backed up in its processes, the liver becomes overburdened and responsible for taking care of them or shoving them in there somewhere. And so we might have liver issues. Most people do. Need some support or intention behind directing food towards liver health. And so we need to get the hormones, the old ones, out because, like I said in my video yesterday, health comes from proper cleansing and elimination in my mentality, in my mind, right? Therefore, in my reality. And so it's a helpful belief to know we just need to clear. We just need to clear. We need to move things out so the new can be created and exist. Okay? And so again, hormone imbalance. Okay, well, I don't need to be like, my hormones are bad, my hormones are bad. I need a doctor, I need a specialist. I don't need that because I know how food works, or I have decided that food works like XYZ. And here's how it is. It works by saturating my adrenal glands with glucose-rich foods, lots and lots of fruits. They will self-correct. They will be healed by giving my body access to glucose frequently, every couple hours, not starving myself. If I have hormone imbalances, they will be healed. They will be fixed. That's how I see food. That's how I know it. That's how I know it to be true. So it's not a big deal, right? And in fact, that couldn't even create itself for me anymore. It could in the past before I knew anything. So like, there's another thing here where your body is only going to do what you believe that it can. And so if you want to protect your health, you need to lock in on beliefs that say that you're healthy, that help you own your health. And so, sorry, I'm shaking my table on my computer. And so again, bringing it back to food, why is food so important? Because it gives my body access to every single thing that it needs. Therefore, I am safe. Therefore, I am healthy, right? We live under a quantum reality governed by the law of assumption. Your assumptions are going to be the lens, the filter that your body is expressed through, is pushed out through. I have another video called You Pushed Your Body Out, but because you did. But part of that is your beliefs around food, okay? So I want to believe things about food that help me to always have what I want. I want to believe things about food that food loves me, food supports me, food is easy, food is accessible to me. I always find the right foods no matter where I go. People love to bring me foods. Like, this is true for me in my life. People bring me fruits and vegetables all the freaking time. And I'm happy about it, and I love it. And I also believe that food is information. Like I said, it tells my body what to do. I don't need to mess in the middle. It's got it covered. When I give my body mostly these foods that are the ones with the information that creates healing and direction towards the body I want, I am safe, I am gold, okay? I don't need to worry. Of course I want to have beliefs like this. Of course I want to have beliefs like this because it makes my life easier and I don't have to stress about food. I don't care about calories, like I said yesterday, because calories are just a number, and a number, having a lower or higher number, does nothing for me in the lens of how do I stay healthy, because that doesn't make sense. Like, health doesn't come from math. Like, it's more than a number on a scale, right? It's internal health. Are things working in here? And the way that I now know things to be working in here is that I give my body the things it needs so that it can work in here. Easy, okay? Now, if you don't want to eat like this, then you have to make a new rule that says the way that you eat is exactly right to have what you want, or something else that allows you to have what you want. But I just need you guys to know you already have rules of food. Food, it's what you think it's going to do. So if I eat this is a funny example. If I eat 4 apples and 6 dates, what do I think that's going to do? Okay, I know that it's going to help my liver cleanse. It's going to saturate my cells. It's going to saturate my brain with glucose. It's going to saturate my adrenals. It's going to make me satisfied by taste. It's going to feel light in my stomach. It's going to feel good to eat, and it's going to quickly digest, and then I'll be hungry again a little bit later. Yay. It's win, 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 win. I like it. I love it. It works. It's good. I get what I want. My screen just blanked out, so I had to redo it. Now, for someone else, let's say someone who sees fruit as sugar and sugar as a negative impacting, a negative food or a negative substance to the body, you would freak out and you would say, oh my God, that's going to make me fill in the blank. It's going to make me gain weight. It's going to make me, I don't know what else it could possibly do. It's freaking an apple, you guys. It's real. It's from a tree. But see, like, that's my mind. My mind is so certain that this is what it is. And so you are already certain that things are what they are, or you might be so confused that you don't know what anything is, and that's not allowing you to get what you want because you don't understand. And sometimes just knowing a mechanism, which is why I love it, like investigating things, and I love researching things and love explaining things. When you know how it works, you can have what you want, right? You just need to understand how it works. And so you have to understand that you already have declared food to be a certain way for you. You already think it is what it is. And if it's not serving you, if it's not giving you the weight you want, if it's not giving you the health you want, if it's not giving you the skin you want, the complexion you want, the energy you want, then we need to look at that. And for most people, you just don't have any idea because we were never told. And so that's my main mission, is to teach you what I know about food, because what I know about food is freeing, and it allows freedom, and it allows you to have the health that you want. And so we need to own our beliefs around food. We get to own our beliefs around food. I encourage you, write down, let me know below, and I'll help you work through stuff if you need or want me to. What do you think food does? What is the connection, the correlation right now to you in your mind, in your reality, between food and the health and the body that you want? What is it? Do you know what it is? What do you want it to be? And so if you want to take beliefs on like I have, I encourage you to do that and to practice them and to remember them. Every time we eat, you guys, it's a great opportunity to come back into, what am I thinking? Why am I eating this? Why am I doing this? What do I want to think right now? So when you're choosing your meals, they're powerful moments of time because you're making a decision about who you are and what you're deciding to create from that choice that you're making moment to moment to moment. And so it really is an important thing because we're consuming these foods all day, every day, taking it in, taking it in. So if you know morning, mid-morning, noon, afternoon, night, evening, each moment that you're connecting to a food, this is helping me. This is important. This helps my body to have what it needs. This helps my body heal. This is valuable. I am valuable. I'm giving myself what I believe in over and over and over. It's going to help you more quickly to get the results that you want because it's a repetition. And it's literally your mind that is creating the result, but we're using food as a friend and a tool and a power player because it is, you know? It's real, and it's here for us, right? And I just think food has become so overcomplicated and man-made and messed with that we forgot that these things like apples on my counter, oranges over there, bananas, cantaloupe, leafy greens, like these are very powerful tools for us in our lives to create the health in the bodies that we want. And it's so simple. This is why I always say that your health is at your fingertips, you guys. It's in the front of the grocery store. Don't go to the other parts. Stay there. Get all the colorful things. Try them. Play with them. Make recipes with them. Make smoothies with them. Just eat them. Like they have the healing information. And again, going back to like the you make the rules with food. Let's make rules that say food helps us in every capacity. And when you come at it that way, it's not that you're like, oh, I can only eat fruits and vegetables. That's not what I'm saying, and it's not what I do either. But I want them, right? I crave them because I want to feel good. I want to be healthy. And because you literally can get like any product made out of better ingredients these days if you look for them. And I just see it as when I'm taking in so much positive force and so much positive energy, if I don't know, it's not about not eating anything else or being perfect. Just there's room to do other things, because how could I mess it up when I'm mostly consuming every single thing that makes my body healthy? That's just how I see it. And I like how I see it because it allows me to do what I want. And that's the way that you want to set up food for you too, which is that it serves you, that it benefits you, that it loves you, that you love it, I remember I watched an intro to a webinar, and it was was it a lady or a man? I think it was a man. It was an older man. I want to say he was 70s or 80s years old, 70 or 80 years old. And he came onto stage, and there's thousands of people watching and listening. And he was he got out his wallet, and he got tons of $100 bills out. And he was I love money. I love money. And they were talking about the reactions of the people in the audience, oh, what, And then he kind of went into a scenario where he said, what would you guys have felt if I would have brought my little grandchildren out on stage first thing and said, I love my family. I love my family. I love my grandkids. And it was just talking about how we already have beliefs about money, about career, about family, about children, and about food, right? And about health. So if somebody comes up to you and is I love food, or maybe it's somebody like me that's I love eating fruits and vegetables. I mostly eat fruits and vegetables and I just love it. And you might be ugh, yuck. I don't want that, And so it's just showing you what you think. It's just showing you what you already believe. And truly though, if you want to be healthy, you want to love your body. You want to love food. You want to love and believe in the things that you choose and the things that you do. No matter what you decide to choose, that's not up to me. That's up to you and what you know yourself to be and what you're being called to do. What direction are you being pulled? Because, for some people, maybe they had a horrid relationship with food, and just making it all seem neutral and allowing their body to lose weight from that was a upgrade and a blessing. And maybe for people like me, I just had no knowing of food to be so powerful that I could always own my health. That is powerful. And so it's got to be what's right for you. And I'm just here to share how I see it so that you can have the health that you want. And I want you to choose to believe that food works for you and that it loves you and it's on purpose and it knows what to do and your body knows what to do, okay? So it's interesting, these are just things that I know to be true, and so they are, right? Law of assumption. And so I made a belief track for one of my courses, I think it's called I Am Healthy Affirmations, because I could do a video on each one of those beliefs and talk about it. And when you listen and you think about it and you start to entertain a new concept, your reality has to change, because it's all awareness and it's all perception. So when you start to perceive your health as completely malleable and changeable through simply choosing better foods, there's a little more to it, right? The belief in yourself, the belief in the food, the belief that you can have what you want, water intake, But it's not super complicated that we've been taught to believe that it's mysterious and scary and out of reach and, oh no, what if you get a disease? No. That is not helping us, okay? It's not helping us to believe, what if you get a disease? No, we are in control of our health. We are in control of our bodies. It's literally up to us. It's literally up to you. You are the one, okay? I'll make a video for that next. You are the one. And when you get it, you will be free, okay? We need to be free to choose the body and health that we want, because it's available right now. It's just about accessing it through a knowing and through a focus on it. And food has been an allowing tool for me in my life that makes it so easy and so simple, okay? So I hope this helped you guys. I just had to rant, I don't know, before I could even go on a walk. And let me know your comments, and if you want me to make more videos like this, and subscribe, okay? I'll talk to you next time. Bye.